Hello everyone, welcome to Mixology Kits, where we learn how to make craft cocktails at home. Whether you're new here or you've already been on the journey making craft cocktails, we just want to say thank you very much. Today we're going to be learning about the Bourbon Mai Tai. So you want a little couple housekeeping rules here. Let's go over the tools you're going to need. Let's go over what came in your box. Tools wise, you're going to need your 2-piece shaker. Okay. You're also going to need your jigger for good measure. You'll need your hawthorn strainer. And we're going to need a peeler, which will come into play for the garnish. You'll also want to have your ice ready and fresh ice for your rocks glass. So a rocks glass is what we'll ultimately serve this cocktail in. And let's get started. Let's talk about what's in the box. In your box you'll have your recipe card, your how-to video, and 2 oranges. You also have house-made orgeat, which is going to be an almond-based syrup, and your fresh pressed lime juice, as well as some fresh mint. Okay, so we'll talk about the mint too. And just starting out with here, a little bit about the Mai Tai, right? So the Mai Tai traditionally is created with rum. We are going to do it with bourbon. What's cool about the Mai Tai is where the name came from. So Trader Vic had created it at the Trader Vic's bar, and basically, Mai Tai in Tahitian means out of this world. So he had some Tahitian friends coming to visit, and he created a drink on the tropical side with rum originally, and he wanted to present them with a welcome cocktail. Well, one of his buddies took a sip, slammed his hands on the bar, and screamed Mai Tai, which means, you know, excellent, out of this world. So we want to make this cocktail out of this world for you. So we did the Bourbon Mai Tai. Our recommended bourbon is going to be Redwood Empire. We love them. They're out of Sonoma, California. Their ethos is in line with what we do. They're a very sustainable distillery, and each bottle you buy plants a tree. So hopefully you're able to find one, and we're planting trees together, right? Next, you're going to want to have an orange curacao or orange liqueur. Our chosen one's going to be Giffard. And you could use like Cointreau or another triple sec if you have something else on hand. Okay, so without further ado, let's start this cocktail. Alright, we're going to have our small shaker. Remember, we're always building our cocktails in the small shaker without ice. We're always going to add ice last due to dilution. If we add the ice first and we have spirits on it and then citrus, the ice will break down before we even start shaking it. It'll be over diluted, too much water in the cocktail, right? So we'll take this, we're going to take our jigger, and you can follow with the card here. We'll go right down the line, starting with 2 ounces of bourbon. Okay, all the way to the top, remember? Alright, we have our 2 ounces of bourbon. Next, we're going to flip that jigger over. It's always nice if you, sometimes there's just a tiny bit of residue. Just give it one more tip before you go all the way over. Okay. Now we're going to go 1 ounce of our house-made orgeat. This is going to bring that nuttiness, that tropical flavor, and just a little bit more rounded out cocktail. So we'll go 1 ounce to the top. Alright, let that sit for a sec. Remember, we'll do the same thing. We'll tip it over just a tad bit. Make sure we got everything. Perfect. After that, we're going to do our orange curacao or triple sec orange liqueur. Again, you can use substitutes for this. I just like this brand, and they make a very good product. So we're going to do 3/4 ounce just below the top. Okay, in we go. Next, we're going to do our fresh pressed lime juice and do a full 1 ounce of that. Alright. We're now ready for our ice, so we're going to fill this small shaking tin, and we're going to fill that up to the top here. Perfect. And we will take the large shaking tin, conceal it by turning it over, hit it, You can shake one-handed or two, okay? One-handed, you just want to have your 2 fingers on the small shaking tin. The other 2 fingers here on the large shaking tin with support using your thumb. If you want to go two-handed, take one hand on the small shaking tin like you're cradling it, the other one palm right on the back side. And we're shaking that for about 30 seconds. We'll have our rocks glass here with new ice. And we can do a strain. Remember, this part here on the strainer, that's built for you to hold and seal your strain. That way you get a nice tight clean pour. Let's get our Mai Tai on. Alright. Now you're going to want your peeler. The key to peeling a nice peel is you want to keep your fingers away. Okay? You're going to peel away from your fingers using your thumb for support. You want to dig in a little bit with the blade. That way it doesn't slip, and then you're going to pull. And you can use these fingers to come in close if you want to hold it down and get a nice peel. Okay? Pull through, and you'll cut the other end of it. Now you're going to keep the white part facing you, okay? So that's the pith. That's going to be the bitter parts of the orange peel. All the flavors concentrated in the oils on the other side of the peel. So that'll go down towards the cocktail. And we're going to pinch it over, release those oils. That's where all the flavor is. Smell your hands, right? From here you want to rub it around the rim, dress the glass. That way each time you touch it, all those flavors, beautiful flavors, are going to be just blessing your palate. Okay, we'll put that right on top. Now let's talk about the mint, okay? There's difference between putting just a mint leaf and a mint sprig. Okay, so a sprig is going to be the top part, uppermost part here, and it's going to have multiple leaves, not just one leaf. So the easiest way to do this is trim the bottom. Okay, don't waste this, use that. Make a nice tea with it. Could add it to a different drink. Okay, so now we have the stem, and we don't want it as long as the glass because we want it to sit in the drink. So we're going to break it here. Take that, we're going to wake it up. So we're going to hit it, just a nice slap, shake it out, smell it now. It's going to wake up. What's going on here is we have microfiber hairs inside the mint here on the leaves. When you hit it, they stand up and tell it it's time to go to work, and the aromas are just magnificent. And here we have our Bourbon Mai Tai. Cheers! Thank you for being a valued subscriber, and we can't wait to see you on the next cocktail.